Welcome back everyone to viralstocks.io. Guys, we have a lot to talk about in today's video, including MULN Stock. So much has been going on in the market lately, and obviously MULN has been at the forefront of major opportunities in this market. We've rode this stock from $1 all the way up to $4, taking profits many times along the way, and right now it is at some very critical resistance levels when we talk about technical analysis. It also had a very big drop the other day, which I want to hit on for you guys once again, but MULN isn't the only stock that we're going to be talking about in today's video. I have 5 total stocks to cover for you in this video that skyrocketed today, and you were able to capitalize on a ton of gains. So I'm going to show you exactly why in today's video. Now, I do believe it is officially meme stock season. We are seeing meme stocks go absolutely crazy. AMC was up, over 20% today, up 40% on the week. MULN has been rocketing along with many other stocks. So I do believe it is meme season, and therefore that means there is a ton of opportunities to capitalize on in this market. So make sure and take advantage of those opportunities. But anyways, guys, you know what we do here at viralstocks.io. We send you guys out free stock alerts. Our last 3 stock alerts have been absolute bangers. One went up 15%, which isn't that much, but nevertheless 15% in only a 15 to 2 hour period, somewhere around that range, is still a great opportunity to capitalize on some of those gains. We had a 30% runner, and then we had a runner that went up over 180%. We are getting tons of comments on the channel, tons of comments on Twitter, everywhere thanking us for our alerts. So we do appreciate all of you guys, and we will keep sending out to you the best alerts when we see them. So if you guys are not already part of viralstocks.io, make sure you sign up. That is what we do. We provide you with the best microcap stocks in the arena when we see stocks that hit our radar, and also stocks that have a big catalyst coming up. We use those in a combination with each other, and once we see something good, we will send that out to an alert. Now, these are short-term, high probability trading opportunities. That is it. We're never going to share with you guys the next dividend stock. You're never going to get Apple as one of our stock picks. They are short-term, high probability trading opportunities. Now, if you guys want to sign up, if you want to get these completely free alerts, it is very, very easy. Just check the description, check the pinned in the first comment, or just head to viralstocks.io, and all you guys have to do is enter in your email address down below, and you'll be on our email list to get all of our free stock alerts. Then it will take you to this page where I highly suggest you guys download our penny stock ebook, so you're able to find out exactly how we trade and pick some of these penny stocks. You can do it yourself. And then probably arguably the most important, make sure and type in your phone number so you guys are able to get our alerts sent straight to your mobile phone. Now, I really can't stress how important this is. Sometimes email has problems, sometimes it goes to spam and whatever. So it is very important that you guys enter in your phone number so you get these alerts faster. I don't want to see anyone miss out on potential opportunities. And like I mentioned, we've had some absolute bangers, and I'll give you guys a hint, but we do have some big ones coming up as well. We should have an alert coming out this week on Thursday. We've been looking at a stock. We see some catalyst coming in. We'll have to see if price action matches on our screener, and then we will send that out as an alert. So guys, make sure you are signed up to our stock alerts. But anyways, guys, let's get right into this video, and let's start with MULN Stock before we get into those 4 other stocks that have been running up. So MULN Stock right now is sitting at $3.11 after a crazy up and down day today. But I really want to start with price action. I want to show you guys some important support and resistance levels here with MULN Stock. And for that, we're going to jump over to TOS. So as we can see here on the daily chart, a line that we have had drawn for quite a while. This is a resistance level, and really the next resistance level is around $3.60, right? And now just a couple days ago, we were able to break through this $3.60 level, and MULN was heading all the way up and even went past $4 per share. But as you can see, the daily candle was not able to close above $4 per share, or should I say above 360, and was definitely not able to open the next day above 360. So it ultimately got rejected off this line. Sellers pushed this back down, which is why you see such a long wick here, and we've been maintaining below this 360 mark, really trying to fight it for now the last 3 days. So 360 is a very important mark. So when you talk about trading MULN, for me, I'm not getting in this stock unless it goes above 360. That is when I think it's going to make a run well above that $4 range once again. So keep that in mind so you guys can capitalize on the opportunity when it happens. Also, just keep in mind that the daily chart is getting to those overbought levels, so it is a possibility that we see this stock fall back down to support, the next support being around $2.70 or so, give or take. So keep that all in mind. Important support and resistance levels. You should be, or could be, opportunity, if you will, running puts on this stock if it starts to drop below that 260, 270 range. So keep that in mind for option plays, shares, whatever it may be. But I also want to share with you guys one other thing on ticker symbol MULN. So this is a big deal here, and is why the stock took such a big hit just a couple days ago. And we talked about this in the last video, but I want to highlight again, and I want to recognize the importance of this, right? Because insider buying, insider selling is a huge deal in the market and can definitely make stocks move. So MULN Stock went down the other day because the CEO took advantage of that price gain and started selling some shares. So according to a Form 4 filing received by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, he sold 200,000 shares of MULN Stock on March 16th. These shares were sold at a price range between 165 and 166. But the most important part, and I'm so glad Investor Place included this here, is that this was only 2.3% of the CEO's entire stake. After the sale, the CEO still owns nearly 8.2 million shares. So this didn't even put a dent in the amount that he owns in the company, right? So when we talk about insider selling, specifically a big insider like the CEO, it's like, oh, he doesn't believe in the stock, or she doesn't believe in the stock anymore, right? And yes, that 100% makes sense, but you can tell that's not the case here for two reasons. One is that he only sold 2.3%, which is literally nothing. And just to go off on a tangent here, but could be used for a variety of reasons. You could truly never get to the bottom of why he sold his shares, right? I will tell you, most of the time it is for tax purposes, whatever that may be. Tax loss harvesting, want taxes on options expiring, whatever it may be, it is usually for taxes. But very rarely could you say, is the CEO going to sell because he lost faith in a company? That just really sets an absolutely terrible example. Or it could be for personal expenses. But number two here is why I don't think it's a big deal whatsoever, is that take a look at what other insiders are doing, right? Are other insiders bullish on the stock, or are they bearish? And as we can see here, over the past 12 months, insiders have still purchased 1.7 million shares and sold 800,000 shares. That adds up to a positive almost 1 million shares. And based on this info, as it says here, this can really be implied that insiders are bullish on MULN Stock. And I am bullish on MULN Stock continuing to move forward here because retail sentiment pretty much has never been higher. The only thing we need to see as far as technical levels go is we need to see it break that 360. Now, we haven't had a press release in quite a while. Once we see a press release on some good news, hopefully that's going to be that those vehicles are getting delivered, the cargo vans, which is supposed to happen pretty much any time in Q2 2022. When that press release comes out and we start seeing that 25,000 or whatever it may be are finally starting to get delivered, I believe this stock can push through the 360 and ultimately break over $4 per share. But let's move on here to ticker symbol IMPP. IMPP has been a massive winner for us over quite a long period now, right? We were able to ride this stock up we're probably one of the only, or at least the first channel on YouTube talking about this stock way down here. We were able to ride this stock up literally over 800% gains. Now, obviously, smart people, smart investors, like I'm sure you guys are, you should have been taking profits well along the way here, and most of you probably were never able to capitalize on 800%, and truly that's great, because most of the time it's not going to do this. Most of the time it's going to have that pullback, and you're going to end up getting caught holding the bag, like the people that bought up here and didn't sell up here, right? So that's why profit along the way is great. I mean, seriously, if you can get 15 to 20% gains in a couple day period is amazing, let alone up here at, 5, 400, even all the way up to 800% gains in a few day to a week period. That is great stuff here. And now we can see that the reason Imperial Petroleum really took such a big hit over the last 5-day period here before it had this big spike, which is why this stock should have been on your watch list. We should have been covering this. I wasn't on my game. We should have covered this in the last video, but that is because they had this big offering, right? $60 million offering after expenses. And I want to highlight this because stock offerings, they're great for companies usually, as long as they don't do too many, because they they give them money to ultimately put back into the company and hopefully generate more money for the company. But they're terrible in the short term for the stock price. As you can see, it fell off an absolute cliff here. But what's really important to highlight is that we should have known, did know, but just didn't take advantage that IMPP wasn't going to stay down here forever. It's just not going to happen, right? Stocks flow, and this is a decent stock, especially a meme stock. So we should have known that this was going to happen, and we definitely should have took advantage of that 35% opportunity. But keep this on your watch list, because from where it was last month, this stock still has a long way to rally to get anywhere back close to some of those highs, upwards of $8 per share. We also know that IMPP is one of the biggest meme stocks going around right now and is one of the top short squeeze opportunities according to big sites like Fintel. So keep IMPP on your watch list. Now, the next stock that relates a little bit to it is Camber Energy, right? Camber Energy kind of goes hand in hand with IMPP and also INDO, all stocks we've talked about on the channel before and we're able to capitalize and make a lot of money on. But moving on here. The last two stocks are two different kind of stocks, but I want to show you some of the stuff that we look for, right? So when we look to send out alerts to you guys, we're looking for catalysts. We need big catalyst plays. That sends stocks moving. The last stock that we sent out as an alert had a 95% increase in revenue. We saw that coming up. We saw price action match up in the morning. We sent out that alert, and you guys were able to capitalize on about 15 to 20% gains, right? Press releases, all things like that are reasons that we send out alerts. And like I mentioned, if you guys want to get signed up with those alerts, make sure and head to viralstocks.io. Go in the comments, go in the description, go in the comments or the description, enter in your email, and then make sure to enter in your phone number and get our free ebook, right? So make sure you're on that. We have an alert coming out, I believe, Thursday if everything lines up. We don't talk about those stocks on the channel because we save those specifically for our subscribers, and we will send those alerts either right before the bell or right on the bell so you guys can get in on that opportunity if you would like before the main market gets a hold of the stock, right? But anyways, here, Creative Medical Technologies, they ended up announcing positive top-line results for one of their lead products. So biotech stocks like this, anytime they announce good results, does great for their stock, and we can see up 82% today. Now, the last stock on today's list is another therapeutics company here, another biotech company, ticker symbol ARTX. This stock went up about 50% today, and really at its highs was up almost 80%, probably ended up hitting over 100% today. And as we can see, that was all because of a patent that they filed. So patents, any good news for some of their data and studies, specifically FDA approvals. These are all big catalysts that we are looking for biotech stocks. When price action matches, the stocks hit our screener, then we know we can send these alerts out for you guys, right? So keep an eye on all these things, all these stocks. These are great stocks, but more importantly is the things that we look for, so you guys can look for some of these same things too. But anyways, guys, like I said, it's meme stock season, right? All kinds of stocks are shooting up. Mullen is high on my watch list. We'll continue to update you guys on it. And obviously, we have some very good alerts coming out for you guys. So I highly suggest you guys are signed up at viralstocks.io so you guys do not miss out on some of these alerts. Like I said, our alert, which was just 2 weeks ago at this point, 180% gains. Now, I can't say that's normal, but hey, when you're signed up, you're able to capitalize on opportunities like that. But still, 15, 20, 30, 40% gains in a couple hours. Remember, these stocks go up in a couple hours, not a few days or weeks. That is insane money. People don't make that in a year time with their financial advisors, and we're sitting here making that in a couple of hours. So make sure you're signed up at viralstocks.io, guys. With that said, though, that is all I have for you in today's video. I appreciate all of you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.